antioxidants, omega-3s. Supper on the trail ain't what it used to be. There's couscous in the cupboard at Indian Head, lentils, chickpeas, artisan bread, whole wheat flour that's gluten-free. Extra there's sometimes tomatoes keep on course, made to fed into bottles from research scientists and volunteers.
I felt really good when Chris phoned me, and thought it was a really nice gesture on the town's part, and very proud to have received it.
Well, it feels great to be recognized by the community.
I was very excited when I heard about it too. It was, to me, it's a huge honor to be honored by your hometown for the arts. I mean, it was fantastic.
A number of years ago, Scott and I were at a Warden barbecue, and at the end of the evening, a bunch of people were going home. But after a few extra beers, the guitars came out, of course, and I had a guitar in my vehicle, and Scott had brought a guitar, and he started playing some of the songs that he'd written. I can still remember one of them was Yahatinda Bound, and I just was sort of noodling around on that song with him while he was singing it, and his ears kind of perked up, and he looked over and he said, "We should play together sometime." So we did. We played together. We rehearsed for a couple of shows, and we were absolutely mortified performing in those shows. Then in 2009, when the Warden Centennial came up, Wardens were asked to perform and so Scott and I got together and kind of brought those songs back up, and we were still mortified, and so that's how Scott and I sort of started playing together. And Bradley had played also at that Warden Centennial.
And so that was sort of the first time performing in public for me.
The Centennial due at the Banff Park Lodge, we got together and said, "We're onto something here. I think we can do this. Why don't we work together and work up some more material, put some polish on the songs that we had," and that's when the Wardens really started.
Parks actually hired us to work in campgrounds, in the Tunnel Mountain Campground Interpretive Theatre, and we performed there, and actually a few in Johnson's Canyon Interpretive Theatre for a couple of summers, once a week, all summer, and that's where we learned our skills of performing in front of people and kind of honed our technique.
You know, when Parks Canada opened up and national parks were formed, the majority of park wardens were horsemen, were cowboys who had that outdoor experience, who came from a horse culture. And back in the day, it truly was the Wild West, you know.
Well, my stories come from people I've worked with over the years, my own personal experiences working as a park warden. I spent probably 15 years of my career working backcountry. I spent 17 years on the search and rescue function as a dog handler.
I started my career in Jasper in 1981 and spent a significant portion of my 34 years with Parks Canada in the backcountry. And the horses that we rode and the country that we saw, the adventure that we had, is a career that is the envy of many.
So Brad and Scott, they bring these great stories and these experiences, and they put them to music, and then we all kind of work together collectively to create this really strong package. And that isn't just the music. I think the music is a big part of it, but it's just one of the pieces of it. How to tell the story and how to really gather people around and take them on this journey into these places that they may never have been.
People really respond well to the visuals that we have looping behind us. It puts them right there. It's like they're actually in the parks around a campfire listening to us tell the stories and do the songs.
I think the songs that I like the best are the ones that Scott has written because they're very melodic and they tell a story. They take you deep into the heart of the backcountry, into our Warden culture and our Warden viscera.
My favorite songs are Brad's songs.
I don't write songs and I don't wear a cowboy hat, and I think there's got to be some tension in this band. If we all wrote songs and we all wore cowboy hats, you know, it'd be turf wars all over the place. So, you know, somebody's got to be the middle child, and that's sort of what I am.
Canmore has been behind us in so many ways, 100%.
Canmore is a very supportive community with the arts. In fact, we all support each other. Most of the musicians in town know each other and we're friends. And you know, Corey Brewster, for example, hosts a songwriters circle once a month, and we all meet, all the songwriters, most of the songwriters in town, and we bring a song we've been working on, and everybody has a go at critiquing it. So it's a great learning experience. Then the town itself, we have a great fan base in the town between Banff and Canmore.
We are going to take this little band as far as we can, and we have had a great run at it, and continue to make it fun, to make it meaningful, and that's my goal in my retirement.
Come on, put a little muscle into it.
Okay, let's go.
There's a place on the eastern slope, in the mountains deep.
Are we living the dream yet, guys?
It's a place rolling grass. We're gonna go over to Canmore.